After England defeated the French at the Battle of Bremule, Normandy was back in King Henry's hands. But 1 year later, his good fortune turned to tragedy. In 1120, his son and heir William Adelin died in a shipwreck. The future of Henry I's kingdom was in jeopardy. Henry desperately needed a new heir. With no legitimate sons left alive, he broke with tradition and chose his daughter, Matilda. Henry forced his barons to swear an oath to accept Matilda as queen. But when the king died, they broke their promise. England would not be ruled by a woman. Matilda's cousin Stephen saw his chance and claimed the throne. The crisis moved to the capital. At Westminster Abbey, Stephen was crowned king, but Matilda wanted what was hers. She was also lining up powerful supporters who would fight Stephen for her right to rule. Their conflict engulfed England in civil war. Fighting raged throughout the land. In 1141, everything focused on one of the kingdom's most strategic cities, Lincoln. Matilda's allies had commandeered the castle. But King Stephen was determined to take it back. He besieged the castle. Stalemate. As dawn broke on February the 2nd, everything was about to change. Matilda's half-brother, Robert of Gloucester, raced to break the siege. As Robert's forces approached Lincoln, Stephen's army turned away from the castle to face them. Robert could win Matilda the crown, but only if his army could win the day. Robert of Gloucester's forces approached Lincoln. Their task, to liberate the castle from King Stephen's siege. While behind Lincoln's walls, troops loyal to Matilda held the castle for the Empress. First, Robert's forces would stage an ambush to prevent enemy reinforcements from joining with King Stephen's army. Robert's men concealed themselves in a sheltered grove and lay in wait for the enemy.
Ich habe gefunden, the foe!
What will down? It's Suez.
Robert defeated the first column of Stephen's reinforcements, but he knew more were on the way.
Ich fortsätte Hess. Hess sollen be hören. Ich obey thine Hess. Hess sollen be hören.
Tacketh upp din armes.
Ich sua Hess alja.
Bandits!
Ich
He's
fortsätte
standing near
Hess.
me!
What beeth in Hesten?
Ich habe gefunden, the foe!
Ich sua Hess alja.
With more of Stephen's reinforcements eliminated,
Thine Hess.
Robert was steadily undermining the siege.
Ich sua Hess aliata.
Bandits, he's standing near me! He spelled the ball!
Robert's men decimated King Stephen's reinforcements and were poised to break the siege. Continuing the push towards Lincoln, Robert sent in a large company of reinforcements to aid his vanguard. To further weaken the siege, Robert would need to cut off Stephen's supplies. He targeted the nearby market town.
Freckes hak Ontifotas, Fere. Nuthan, Comathon, Tidwinlech, Fereth. Glidande ne'er hurteth no one never idal. Ontifotas, Fereth. Tidwinlech, Fereth. Heriende hestes nu. It can do. Heriende hestes nu.
Unterfelder Grenze!
Matilda's cause, a large group of knights arrived at Lincoln to bolster Robert's army. With the market town in ruins, King Stephen's supplies began to dwindle.
Luther, cometh on.
Robert received word that Welsh troops under Matilda's banner were en route to join forces with him. But King Stephen had the roads to Lincoln heavily guarded, and the route was not without risk, even for the hardy Welshmen.
Ut readeth nu, Tulkes. He shall leide jou. At mine woorde ferreth. Ut readeth nu, Tulkes. Ich libe to hearen. Dute is not dead.
Making their way to Lincoln, Matilda's Welsh allies were ambushed by the king's soldiers. Robert's men would need to aid the Welsh if they wanted their help in breaking the siege. Joining forces on the road to Lincoln, Matilda's allied troops made for the castle to lift the siege.
Fortwarde freckes, mit baldenes. Ich shall leide jou. At mine woorde ferreth. Ut readeth nu, Tulkes. Alles with. Ich shall leide jou. Fortwarde freckes, mit baldenes.
What wilt fuste Tulkes? Hestes.
It is Caesar for actors. At mine woorde ferreth. Certes. Ut readeth nu, Tulkes. Ich shall leide jou. At mine woorde ferreth. Ich libe to hearen. Fortwarde freckes, mit baldenes.
Robert's forces spotted a large detachment of Stephen's soldiers guarding the castle gates. If they hoped to liberate Lincoln, they would need to break the blockade and rout the army.
Get thee ready for Hestes.
Robert's forces scattered the king's army, leaving the gates to the castle unguarded.
Folk Wanted Records, mit Baldenes. Andente to serve. Certes.
Robert's men finally united with Lincoln's garrison. They could now use the castle to strengthen their army.
Andente to serve.
To lift the siege, they needed to destroy the enemy camps surrounding the castle.
That's right to know.
Jeppe mea bort. Fuste tulkas, hestes. Boa is a boon. Yarwe Shetton, Quarof serveth Shetton.
Nu, Tulkas, setet jou. I shall lede jou. Look at jou in the ready, ut readeth nu, Tulkas. But mean a word. Ferret. Rimende to marciare! Ja! Det kommer att verka! Lägga oss kvar! Ja! Finito, stand in the That's an unborn. For what is it, with boldness? It's living you hear it! It's living you hear it!
Matilda's forces struck hard, destroying one of King Stephen's siege camps.
They're ready, cross-borders. Cross-borders, stirring yourself. Kanika, stand to me! Kanika, stand to me!
King Stephen's army dwindled as Matilda's forces struck down another siege camp.
Yet to be ready for Hestes. He shall lede jou. Ut readeth nu, Tulkas. Dute is none borden. Sweden by oss
king's army was scattered, and those who didn't fall fled.
Where are you going, der Tulkes? Take him.
King Stephen was spotted, shielded by his men. To end the siege, Matilda's forces needed to capture Stephen and rout his army.
Entendet nu, Tulkes. Ich heere dat.
Hestes cometh, Arwaymen. Upned bereth, Arwaymen.
Unde Arwelas!
Trusset Jaxteriat. Brave.
Bracet yourself. Go in there. Et dreot kette. Wem fort repes for hestes. Alunga nu. Fere.
Matilda's men closed in and finally captured King Stephen. Matilda's forces had won the battle at Lincoln. But the fight for the crown was not over yet.